just dedicated teams to primetime games. Just the good teams. Now, I understand if there's injuries, there's a little bit different, but then use the flex. Like, you've got to do something. You want to take over all these weekdays in the NFL with the NFL, right? They want to just have every game on every single night. Well, stop giving us crap. This is trash. This game should not be on.
It's terrible.
Oh, Michael Mayer again.
Oh, my God, the Raiders are going to score again. This is just unwatchable crap.
Damn, I was going to play him to score some touchdowns, and I took Austin Hooper. Stupid Ryan.
Look at his little chin.
Hey, the over's looking good.
Such a Notre Dame chin.
I think the over's going to hit, guys.
Matt Stafford, for whatever reason, he looks like he is just on one right now. I love the way Matt Stafford has played over the last 3 weeks, man. He's looked incredible. Let's see if he can keep that hot streak alive, and I think he does. I think he will. And I do think that Sam Howell, what's important in all this is that Washington has to keep up, right? If they start getting blown out, I think LA takes a little bit of their foot off the gas a little bit. So can Washington keep up? I think they do. You know, the Rams, again, kind of a no-name secondary there for LA. And I think Sam Howell has proven himself to be a little bit of a gunslinger. I was trying to find a euphemistic word for that. But, yeah, he's not scared to throw the ball, man. So I think they're going to sling it all around the yard.
But I actually also like Terry McLaurin over 4.5 receptions because it was a huge deal, and it's been a huge deal in D.C. that he didn't have a single reception their last game. They've also just come off of a bye. So you don't think that wasn't talked about? That thing has been talked about since that game was over. McLaurin only had 3 targets against Miami. Before that against Dallas, 11. Then 7 against the Giants, 8 against Seattle, 8 against New England. The problem is he's either had 4 or 5 receptions in each one of those games.
Yeah.
So it may be a pretty sharp number, but he's going to get the targets, he's going to get the looks, and they're going to force it as much as they can because you can't have your number one receiver look like that. And it's been this way really all year. I'd also go over on Sam Howell attempts. They'll probably be behind. That's a number that's hit really almost every game this season, but like 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that is an automatic. The numbers finally caught up, though. For a while, it was like the upper 20s, and he's still throwing the ball 45 times a game.
Yeah.
But that is I don't think I didn't see it up. Let me see what they have it up here now, because that's like one of my favorite bets every single week. Passing attempts is up now. Sam Howell, 37.5. He always throws for over 40. So here's what it is. Because it's almost every single week for Sam Howell. We don't even have to go 5 weeks. We'll go every single game for him. Only 23 against Miami. Again, they lost 45-15. Everything was a disaster there. So over 37.5. He went over against Dallas. He had 44. 45 against the Giants. 44 against Seattle. 45 against New England. 52 against Philadelphia. 42 against the Giants. Then just 23 against Atlanta. But wait, 51 against Chicago before that. 41 against Philadelphia. It is an automatic every single week for me over on Sam Howell attempts.
I like that look.
I like Sam Howell rushing yards, too.
Yeah.
15.5, minus 115. You know that they're going to be creating some pressure. Aaron Donald's going to be coming for him. And we know that Sam Howell is very mobile. He had 21 yards last week rushing on 4 attempts. Like, this is just a number that's very, very gettable for him. He's only had a couple of games where he hasn't gotten it. He didn't get it against the Giants. He only had 15. That's just under the hook. He had 13 against Dallas, but we know what time it is with Dallas. He actually got into the end zone there. So I like Sam Howell rushing yards, 15.5, and rushing attempts are not up. Here's something that's interesting. We've gone from Kyren Williams' number being 63.5 rushing yards to now 89.5 rushing yards. That's insane.
Yeah.
In a week.
Yeah, another week healthier, too. I need him for fantasy purposes. I'll probably play his props, too. I love Kyren Williams.
Same.
He's been so damn good this season. The other game...
Wow, rushing plus receiving, real quick, 117.5 for him now.
Kyren?
Yeah.
I do like that. Quentin Johnson, please.
I'd probably still go over it, honestly. Because even if they're up, let's say the Rams go up pretty big, they'll just run the ball with him.
Yeah.
So that's why you have that cushion of either one. He had 113 total yards last week, 112 against Cleveland, 204 against Arizona, 158 against, why does it say Arizona twice on here?
For who?
Wait, for Kyren Williams. Oh, because
they
he missed the game.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? He had those games missed. But I know, but it was like back to back. I was like, wait a second, forgot about the games that he missed. But he had 158 that first time against Arizona too. So yeah, again, another bad defensive team in Arizona. Look at what he did. So.
The Glass Now trade I really like, but listen, when Shohei got sent to LA and then we found out that they were deferring 92% of his damn salary until the end of the contract, which I'm going to be real, like on one hand, it's a unicorn contract. Like we're only going to see that maybe once in our lifetimes. On the other hand, I'm not going to lie, it does kind of feel unfair, right? Like it kind of feels like it screws everybody else in the league. But one of the biggest benefits of Shohei Ohtani, aside from being the greatest baseball player to ever do that, is that with this deferred money, he becomes a free agent magnet. He becomes a trade magnet, right? Like if there's anybody out there that's still looking for a squad, not only do you get to play with Shohei Ohtani, but he left the strings to the purse in the hands of the Dodgers to make more of those moves. So not only do they have Shohei Ohtani, but moves like Glasnow, like I know that's contingent on Glasnow signing an extension with the team, but why the hell wouldn't you, right? Like why would you not want to be a main guy in the rotation this year, a guy in a rotation with Shohei Ohtani next year, on a team that is likely going to be the odds-on World Series favorite for 6 or 7 consecutive years, and they're not going to be done, dudes and dudettes. Like there's going to be some more free agents and trade bait out there that the Dodgers can go with, because who doesn't want to play with Shohei Ohtani right now? Like everybody who's not the Dodgers, I feel awful for the Braves, right? Like they spent so much time building this incredible lineup of young talent, and then the Dodgers happened.
But you look at the Braves, for example, and you look at some of these younger teams that had really successful seasons. And they're never going to have the opportunity to do what the Dodgers did and what the Yankees did. At some point, does Major League Baseball finally look around and go, I think it's gone a little too far here?
No, they don't, unless the numbers start coming down, right? Like one of the things we talk about on my show all the time, we've got obviously down here in college football country, a lot of people asking, why NIL, why the portal, why this, why the decisions about television? The answer is because we watch and it makes some money. And at the end of the day, the only motivating factor in any sport we discuss is money. So like it is commendable that we have a lot of people. So I'm never watching baseball again. I'm done. I'm out. But the reality is we had that happen a few years ago in the NFL, and all these people said, I'm done. I'm never watching it again. And then guess what they totally did literally that year? They pumped up the numbers of the television ratings and the revenue came in and nothing had to change. So we can sit here and gripe about it, and we will. I certainly will. I get paid to do it for 4 hours every Saturday. I got no problem complaining about it. But the reality is opening day of March next year, they're going to have 30 teams taking the field, and we're all going to sit down and watch it. As much as we say that we're not going to, we absolutely are. So this is going to happen. And then you take into consideration that, yes, it happened to LA, and yes, it screws Atlanta and all these other teams. It screws the Brewers. It screws Seattle. It screws everybody. But at the end of the day, man, that's the biggest TV market in America. That is tens of millions of homes that are now locked in on the Dodgers. And, oh, by the way, Shohei Ohtani sold more jerseys in his first 24-hour period than Lionel freaking Messi has done at any point in his career. The whole country of Japan is now just a Dodger stronghold, right? So we can complain all we want, but at the end of the day, this was a huge revenue bump for Major League Baseball. We're going to get Shohei Ohtani in the playoffs for the first time ever in a meaningful way. So the playoffs just got more interesting. If nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tune in to watch the Dodgers collapse so we can all laugh at them. But at the end of the day, hate watching still counts as watching.